Something I realized is the phases in your life and why it is important to live through them.
And when I started juggling, all right, I gotta have enough sleep, I gotta eat healthy, I gotta work out a little bit, and then go to work. So I gotta juggle both those things. Then eventually, I met a really good girl. Now I gotta juggle a personal life. So I have to juggle 3 things now. And it constantly is a juggle. The goal is not to drop anything and make it a lifestyle. So it's not easy being a parent, bro. It's very difficult. You have to make a lot of decisions every single day for yourself, for the kids, for the family. It's very difficult. And making a big decision like moving from a different country, it's a little scary, man. And it was the best decision my parents ever made.
Going into a little bit into looking for the future, which is it's unpredictable, obviously, but
you could point in the right direction.
exactly. And I feel like we entrepreneurs, we're dreamers.
Yeah.
And that's something we like to remark in our show is like, we are here to share the stories of people who dare to dream. And this is when I would like to ask you the question about now that you reach this point of your life, and I consider you and I look after you as a very successful man because of the things you mentioned you take care of, like personal life, your health, your business. That's what I consider being successful is. And what are your dreams right now?
That's a very deep question. What are my dreams? I have a lot of dreams, man. In financial world and the business world, my dreams are to continue doing MPH Club and expanding it. I would like to open up more locations and continue running the business. I really do enjoy doing this, and I think I'm good at it. So that's one of my dreams. And on my personal side, I dream one day to start a family and start that new venture in life, because that's something that I feel like I'm at that age now that I'm prepared for it. You know, my whole life I wasn't thinking of settling down and having a family, and never even crossed my mind until a couple of years ago when I met the right girl. I'm like, oh, now I can start seeing myself do that. So that's technically my goals and my dreams right now.
And I like it because you simplify them.
Yeah.
I know you made them sound very simple.
Oh, it's not simple. Having a kid is not simple, bro. Yeah. So look, I'm 1 out of 7. I have 7 siblings in total, right? And I'm the second oldest. So I've seen a lot of my younger siblings. I've changed diapers, I've babysat them, I've seen problems, I've seen good things. It comes with a lot of territory. So having kids is not a simple thing. Do you have any kids?
No, I don't. By the way, I'm 30 years old.
Okay.
I know I look older, but I'm still young. I'm divorced, actually. I was with the same girl since I was 17.
Okay. That's really young.
But very young.
Yeah.
So I started living the single life when I was 28.
Okay.
And something I realized is the phases in your life and why it's important to live through them. At the moment, I wouldn't call it, there are moments in life that are the best ones to live some kind of phases, but I definitely think there are optimal timing when it comes to living experiences, like, for example, the partying phase.
Yeah.
It's easier for you to be on that mentality when you are a young kid. However, and this is why I said it's not the best timing, I wouldn't trade the effort and the sacrifices I made when I was 22, 21, 22, that I moved to this country and started building my career and my business for anything in the world. Even though that meant not partying or going out a lot when I was younger, but it's kind of, I started experiencing it when I was 28, and it lasted me less than a year. Because I was like, you know what, bro?
Had enough.
This is not for me.
Yeah, me neither. I never really enjoyed the whole party scene. I don't go out often. And it's never what for me. Even though I was 20 years old, 30 years old, doesn't matter. I never enjoyed it. I'm more of the healthy lifestyle.
And now with the family, obviously, like it's very important, and I think this our job right now as I would say we're very clear in our mindset, in our purpose in life. I feel it's fair enough for us to state that, look, having kids is a blessing. I couldn't agree more. I come from South American heritage. My father is Colombian, my mom is Venezuelan, but my grandfather from my mother's side is Italian. It was Italian. And we are very connected. The family is always connected. We have traditions as family to go every single Sunday, visit our grandparents, do a round trip around the city, going through the different members of the family. But when it comes to kids, you say something very important. You feel right now that you are capable and you feel like it's gonna be part of your lifestyle to have a family.
Yep.
And I think that's very important because that would just, I guarantee your kids are gonna be healthy kids.
Yeah, you have to know timing, right? Timing is a big deal. Don't force to have a child when you're 20 years old. You are a child at 20 years old, so it's very difficult. Timing is a big deal in life, so you got to know when to get in and out of things. You have to experience them. Timing is a big deal, bro. A big deal to settle down, to start a business, or with the economy. Timing is everything.
I couldn't agree more. Now we have reached a point in the show that we like to call the time capsule, where
Okay.
we go through the past, the present, and the future. And the thing that I want to ask you about the past is, what's your greatest achievement? And I know you have two sick tables, one with a helicopter engine and one with is it your Ferrari engine?
Yes.
So it works. The engine works.
Yes. Not anymore, but yes. Right now it's a table. But yes, it was a working table.
Okay.
Sorry, working engine that we took out of a car and we made a table out of it.
And what's the body of the car?
So that was a brand new California T. It was a special car. It was a V8 twin turbo. And unfortunately, one of my clients took the car. It's like the third client who rented that specific vehicle. He went out to dinner with his wife and he parked the car in the parking lot of the restaurant. And in Miami, sometimes it rains and it starts flooding. So it started flooding in that parking lot. So he calls me at 10 o'clock at night and says, "Hey, something's wrong with your Ferrari." I'm like, "What the fuck you mean something's wrong with my Ferrari? It's a brand new Ferrari. Nothing's wrong with it." He goes, "It won't start." So luckily he was not too far away. So I went to go meet up with the client. And when I got there, I saw the car parked in the middle of a parking lot and full of water. So I immediately realized something's wrong. When you have water above the mufflers, when you turn on the engine, the mufflers suck in the water, it blows a piston. Long story short, he blew the engine. So I ended up taking the car to the Ferrari dealership. They fixed the engine, all good, got the car back a couple months later, but I had the engine. So what I did is I hired an amazing artist that I found on Instagram, and he made this really cool table. So I gave him the engine, he cleaned it, he polished it, he made the glass, he put the arms, and he made a really cool custom table for me. And I cherish that table. I love it. It's very hard for me to let it go these days. I have it here as one of the pieces, one of our signatures. It became one of our DNAs here at MPH Club, and it's a really cool engine table.
Especially because of the background story. Like,
yes.
It's something related to your business. That's how they are, which I think that's a piece of art.
It's like turning lemons into lemonade, right? That's
something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and what about the helicopter one?
So the same artist, he made that himself. He went to NASA and purchased the helicopter engine from them. They had a big sale a couple of years ago and they were selling a lot of stuff that they don't need anymore. So he found it, he bought it, he made the table, and he asked me to display it here. So I have it here, it's available for sale, and both pieces are very cool, one-of-a-kind pieces.
Feel free to make a shout out to the artist. I know a lot of people will be interested in those
Definitely,
kind of pieces.
His name is Tom Bates, he's an amazing artist, and I have the pieces here. They're one-of-a-kind, so if you're interested, we'll definitely hook you up.
Absolutely, and they need to see that. They need to check that out because it's when I saw it on Instagram, I was like, no, this is sick. Like, and then you show me the helicopter one, and I was like, no, next level.
It is.
So coming back to the conversation, and what's your biggest achievement in life?
So it's not really like my achievement, but the biggest thing that happened in my life is my parents moving to America. I was born in Israel. We moved here when I was 5 years old, and I think that was the biggest life-changing thing, the positive thing that my parents done for me, and that was the best decision they could have done. That changed my life. You know, if I lived in Israel my whole life, I'd be in a completely different situation right now.
And that tells a lot about the way you approach life as well, because I think we sometimes take for granted, and I'm including myself, the effort that our parents did at the moment. And when I'm pretty sure when I become a father, and you as well, you will realize many more things that you thought it was just we took for granted at the moment. And it's just understanding that sometimes our parents, they do what they think is
the right
better
thing to
for
do.
us.
Yeah, it's not easy being a parent, bro. It's very difficult. You have to make a lot of decisions every single day for yourself, for the kids, for the family. It's very difficult. And making a big decision like moving from a different country, it's a little scary, man. And it was the best decision my parents ever made.
Yeah, I could tell you it's very scary, bro.
Yeah, I know. See, you did it yourself, right?
Yeah, I'm the producer.
Yeah. And I respect you guys for that, because I know how challenging it is. It's not easy. And it's a little scary, it's nervous, and you have to start from scratch, and you have to get ready for what life throws your way. So coming to America is actually the smartest thing you probably got done in your life.
I look, bro, when I look back, I'm like, I think I became, and I think I could talk about, from both of us, we made this country, even though we're not Americans. I am just so grateful for the opportunities and the land that they have for everybody to build upon their skills, to build upon their talent. For everyone could come to this country and make something out of their life. Like, if you want to be an artist, you come to America.
Yeah, it's building the American dream. Coming to America and giving the opportunity to make your own American dream. And the best thing about it these days, anybody can do it. You have access to the internet. That's all you really need. Once you have access to the internet and you live in America, God bless you, bro. You can do whatever you want.
And there's something, that's something I always try to emphasize with my American friends. Be grateful, bro. Be grateful, because you are in a country that you could do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. If you want to retire in Costa Rica after you work your ass here in America for many years, you could do it. Yep. Because you have one of the biggest, if not the biggest right now, currency in the world. And you could live whatever you want at any point of your life if you have the dollars.
Yep.
Now, coming to the present, your favorite car right now in your collection?
Ooh, the gray F8 sitting right behind me.
Yes.
This Ferrari, it is my favorite car. It's my favorite sports car. Now, recently I purchased a G-Wagon, very similar to this one over here, but this is a G63 4x4. It matches the Ferrari right behind me, and those are like my favorite vehicles right now. The SUV, it's like a mini monster truck, and then the Ferrari is a Ferrari at the end of the day. So those are my two favorite cars right now.
And I like that you chose an Italian one, because I'm proud of my Italian heritage. You know what I mean? I grew up with it, and I love it.
Italians know how to make it, bro. They know how to build cars.
They just they created two of the biggest ones.
Yes.
Lamborghini and Ferrari. I think those are emblematic. I would call them like that. And now going into the future, you mentioned what your dreams are right now. I'm gonna lean towards the personal side. How big do you want your family to be? Do you have any aspirations in that?
I think 2 to 3 kids is where I'm gonna limit to. Not like what my dad did, 7 kids, it's a lot. But 2 to 3 would be a magic number for me.
Yeah, and 7, it's quite a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I want to have 5 kids, but everybody tells me, wait until you have the first one, and then if you still think you want to have the 5 kids, then okay, go for it. But
That's a good idea.
wait until the first one. But Lee, this has been an amazing conversation. I believe you're a remarkable guy. I just want to tell you that I see the effort, and I see the story behind MPH Club, and I can clearly, now that we talk, I can see your name and your character within your business. And that's something I've been sensing since I started attending to your events, and the way your community backs you up and how happy they are to come here. We have a friend in common, a police officer, and he told me amazing things about you. Then I talked to our other friend, Michael, and he said amazing things about you as well. He actually offered me to introduce me to you, and then well, here we are, and I feel everything at the end is about backing people and backing your community up, so everybody can grow together.
Yep.
For that, I thank you again for letting us come here today.
I appreciate it, man.
And I really hope this conversation inspires a lot of people.
Definitely. I'm sure it will, because it inspires me every time I tell my story to someone. So thank you so much for sharing it with you.
Absolutely. For you guys, thank you very much for watching this episode. Please stay tuned for the next one. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you like it. And if you want to follow Lee's path in social media and MPH Club, can you share your socials?
So you'll find us at MPH on Instagram, and my personal is Liram Sustiel on Instagram.
Amazing. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time.